Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. Continuing my little series of improvisational chats, little chats, morning chats, kind of reflections. When I start out each of these sort of like informal chats, I have a basic idea what I want to cover, but I don't really have it, scripted, So I'm very much in the moment. And I like doing these little chats from time to time, as opposed to going in the car, heading on Highway 441 or 466 or 466A, or going down Route 25 or some obscure road in Central Florida, or kind of checking out a historical plaque or an old building, that sort of thing. So it's just nice to have these little chats. And I have my Monopoly boardwalk cup, sipping tea here. Yesterday, I showed the wreath that my mom had made, Christmas wreath, and it's a funny thing. I just stumbled upon. My mom used to do these for holidays, and this is the St. Patrick's Day wreath. Let me see. I gotta get a better grip on it here. Little leprechaun hat. The shamrock, green and white, and a green bow. Kind of a nice little. And this one, Mom set it up so you actually had a little pin in the back, so you could pin it on your shirt. The only problem is it would leave a little hole in your shirt, but. These are neat. These are really neat. So, give Ireland back to the Irish, Paul McCartney. And this, I come across some old photographs. This, my dad was a scoutmaster for nearly 30 years, from 1965 to 1994, almost 30 years, 29 years, 8 months, something like that. Yeah. So anyway, this is my dad giving presenting the Tenderfoot Scout badge to two scouts, and their parents are behind them. I don't want to get too much reflection here. I have to tilt it just a little bit so I don't get the. And this is my dad here. The two scouts getting their Tenderfoot badge, and the parents in the background. Very happy and proud of their young scouts getting the Tenderfoot badge. Tenderfoot, as most of you undoubtedly know, is the first rank in Boy Scouts. Kind of a nice moment in time. And let's see what else I have here. This is something kind of proud of this accomplishment. I don't think you're allowed to say, well, they frown on you saying handicap. The scouts who were physically challenged, my father was on the property management committee at Boy Scout Camp Alamucci in New Jersey, northwest New Jersey, in the hills of New Jersey. And he and I moved these lean-tos. They were built by a vocational school in New Jersey, and my dad brought them there on a flatbed 18-wheeler. And I operate a forklift, so I learned a lot that day. This is back in 1984. My dad was the Scoutmaster of Boy Scout Troop 170, and I was one of the Assistant Scoutmasters of Boy Scout Troop 170. But this is yours truly working the forklift. I get quite a reflection here. I just have to lean it back a little bit. And in the background, not far in the background, you can see the Native American totem pole. And that is a true blue, historically accurate representation of the Delaware Native American tribe. And there I am at the forklift and maneuvering this huge, this is only about 1/4 of it or 1/3 of it. It was a huge lean-to for the scouts. And this was a little campsite that was set aside for those scouts who were physically challenged. You know, they were in a wheelchair and that kind of thing. It was a great moment in time, and I learned a lot. I learned I never operated a forklift before, and it was kind of a nice little day. And then here's my dad with the forklift moving the one of the lean-tos. And again, there's the Native American totem pole. There was a fellow in Scouts who was a college professor, history teacher, history professor, who specialized in the specifically the Lenni-Lenape Delaware Native Americans. So, you know, the Scouts built this totem pole, but he oversaw it. He supervised it, that it was historically accurate and culturally accurate. And there's my dad on the forklift moving these. They were heavy. These big, heavy lean-tos. It's kind of nice. A little homesick this morning. I got the old Lincoln Park hat on, Lincoln Park sweatshirt, kind of homesick. Here's a photo of my dad's parents, my paternal grandparents, Watson and Bertha Mabey. And they're I think they're on a road trip. I often wonder, they often drove on the Lincoln Highway. So I was always wondering, and I once lived on the Lincoln Highway in outside of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. But you can see they didn't have motels in the 30s and 40s. And they had these little cabins, and you can see them just barely in the background. And the old car, and there's Grandma and Grandpa. I get such a reflection. I'm trying not to I have to lean it just a little bit so I don't get the reflection. You know, it's funny. Now we look at it, it's kind of humorous that back then, if you went on a road trip, a man wore a suit and a lady wore, you know, like a nice dress, you know, just to travel. Things have changed so radically since the 30s. This is a picture of the old Mabey homestead, and I grew up in this house. I won't give its location, of course, exact location. But my great-grandfather, my dad's father's father, built this house in 1890. And a credit to the carpentry skills of my great-grandfather, the house is still standing, so that's a good thing. This is fun. You know, I really kind of like this a lot. I got two patches I wanted to show you. One is the Apollo 11, which I'm very proud of. July 20th, 1969, 10:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. The Apollo 11 patch. Just a great patch. And here's the other patch. I really like this patch a lot. From 1976. They had a big Scout camporee. 1976 in the bicentennial. And this is the patch that I put in plastic, so it might be highly reflective. No, it's not bad. 1776, 1976. There it is, bicentennial Scout show. And had hundreds. Each troop put on a display, kind of like Scout skills, but with a flavoring of Revolutionary War kind of thing. And hundreds of people came to it. It was really a big success. It was in this huge field. I think it was Stoke State Forest, and they had this huge, I mean, must have been like 20 acres or so, or maybe 15 acres, big field. So I often forget to say this. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Appreciate it very much. You know, and if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, you know, please do subscribe. Hit the bell on the right-hand side that gives you notification when I put up new vlogs, new videos. This one's kind of short and sweet, you know. I did have something here. This is when, for about 5 years of my life, I hosted a television talk show on the cable television network of New Jersey from 1993 to 1998. And in the summer of 1995, we had Miss New Jersey as a guest. It was kind of a neat thing, Susan Thomas. And it made the paper. Made the paper. So this is this was from the Independent News. And the headline reads, Susan Thomas to premiere Crosstalk Summer Series. And it goes on about that. And here's the photo. It's a little faded in time. And here's yours truly. And Susan Thomas, Miss New Jersey. And my co-host, Reverend Melvin Travis. You know, it was a fun time. It was a half-hour show every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on the cable television network of New Jersey. It was kind of a really nice time. Sweet memory. Really sweet memory. You know, had a lot of fun. Learned a lot, you know. So I think I'm going to close. So stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. This is Richard Mabey, signing off.